Are you tired of hearing about miracle erection boosters that promise results but deliver nothing? Today, we're diving into one supplement that's quietly gained popularity for its supposed impact on male hormones. And that amazing thing is boron. Hi everybody, this is Dr. Fiona, a sexologist and a urological surgeon. And in this video, we're cutting through the hype with real science. Could this simple trace mineral found in everyday foods be the key to improving your erection quality and also enhances testosterone levels, reducing inflammation, and even supporting stronger erections? Stay with me, because what the research actually says might surprise you, and it's probably not what you've heard online. Boron is a naturally occurring trace element found in both the environment and various foods. Dietary sources rich in boron include prunes, avocados, nuts, and legumes. Interestingly, some foods like dried parsley, wine, and caviar contain even higher concentrations of boron. While it's not considered an essential nutrient in the classical sense, emerging research suggests that boron may influence hormonal regulation and inflammatory pathways within the human body. The exact mechanism by which boron might affect your erections or testosterone is still not completely understood. Some hypotheses propose that boron may interact with steroid hormone receptors or influence the activity of enzymes involved in the synthesis and metabolism of testosterone. Additionally, boron exhibits anti-inflammatory properties, which could indirectly support hormonal balance by reducing systemic inflammation, a known suppressor of testosterone production. Now, here is one thing that I want you to understand. If you want stronger and rock-hard erections, your testosterone levels should be enough. Now here is the thing. Testosterone is the primary male sex hormone that plays a key role in sexual health, especially when it comes to erections. It boosts sex drive, helps maintain healthy blood flow in the penis, and supports the production of nitric oxide, a chemical that relaxes blood vessels to make erections easier. Testosterone also keeps the erectile tissues strong and responsive. However, erections aren't controlled by testosterone alone. Even with low testosterone, many men can still get erections, especially during sleep, because erections depend on blood flow, nerves, and psychological factors. When testosterone levels drop too low, it can lead to reduced sexual desire, weaker erections, low energy, mood changes, and even muscle loss. So, while testosterone supports the overall process, it's just one piece of the puzzle in male sexual function. Okay, so much of the initial excitement surrounding boron's impact on hormone levels stems from a study conducted in 1987 involving postmenopausal women. In this randomized clinical trial, participants were given 3 milligrams of boron daily for 7 weeks. The researchers observed a significant increase in serum testosterone as well as 17 beta-estradiol levels. Although this study involved women, it sparked scientific interest in evaluating the potential of boron as a testosterone booster in men. In 2012, a study was conducted to explore boron's effects in male athletes. 19 male bodybuilders, aged 20 to 27, who were training 4 times a week were selected. 10 participants received 2.5 milligrams of boron daily for 7 weeks, while the remaining 9 received a placebo. At baseline, the boron group had been training for an average of 3 years longer than the placebo group, consumed fewer calories, and had a higher intake of carbohydrates, factors that could independently influence erections, testosterone levels, and performance outcomes. Throughout the study, researchers measured total and free testosterone levels, plasma boron concentrations, lean body mass using hydrostatic weighing, and strength metrics using 1-rep max testing for both bench press and back squats. While both groups showed improvements in erection quality, testosterone, lean body mass, and strength, the differences were not statistically significant when comparing the boron group to the placebo group. This suggests that the observed changes were more likely attributable to the participants' training regimens rather than the boron supplementation itself. It's also important to note that this particular study had several limitations. The two groups were not evenly matched at the beginning, making it difficult to attribute any observed effects solely to boron. Factors like longer training history and caloric intake could have skewed the results, and without tighter controls, the conclusions remain speculative. Another study published in 2005 offered a more controlled approach. In this trial, 9 male volunteers were given 10 milligrams of boron daily, split into 2 doses, 5 milligrams with breakfast and 5 milligrams with dinner, for 4 weeks, followed by a 4-week placebo period. Participants were instructed to avoid other supplements to eliminate confounding variables. Researchers confirmed adherence by detecting elevated urinary boron levels, indicating successful absorption of the supplement. At the end of the supplementation phase, the researchers noted better blood flow with improved erection quality and a mild increase in total testosterone, although the change was not statistically significant. However, there was a notable increase in plasma estradiol levels as well. These mixed results again suggest that while boron does affect hormonal balance, the effects on testosterone may be inconsistent or marginal. In 2021, another noteworthy study was conducted, this time involving 10 healthy men with an average age of 42. They were administered 10 milligrams of boron daily for just 1 week, and their blood samples were analyzed at baseline, after 1 day, and after 7 days of supplementation. Although this study lacked a placebo control group, which is a major limitation, it did yield some interesting findings. 2 of the volunteers reported with improved erections, and researchers also observed an increase in free testosterone levels from 11.8 to 15.2 picograms per milliliter. Additionally, there was a decrease in estradiol levels and reductions in several inflammatory biomarkers, including sex hormone binding globulin, C-reactive protein, and tumor necrosis factor alpha. These findings are intriguing because SHBG binds tightly to testosterone, reducing the amount of free bioavailable hormone. Therefore, a reduction in SHBG could effectively increase the active form of testosterone available in circulation. However, while these results appear promising, they should be interpreted with caution. The small sample size, short study duration, and lack of a placebo group make it difficult to draw definitive conclusions. Furthermore, the observed decrease in estradiol contradicts findings from other studies, raising questions about the consistency of boron's hormonal effects over time. To gain additional insight, researchers have also examined populations with occupational exposure to high levels of boron. A large-scale study was conducted in Turkey in 2017, involving men working in boron processing plants and mining areas. These men were exposed to significantly higher daily boron intakes, with the highest exposure group consuming an estimated 47 milligrams per day, the highest mean boron exposure documented in any study to date. Researchers analyzed various hormone levels, including testosterone, follicle-stimulating hormone, and luteinizing hormone, the latter two being critical regulators of testicular function and testosterone synthesis. Surprisingly, they found no correlation between high levels of boron exposure and any measurable changes in hormone levels or semen parameters. These findings suggest that even at elevated exposure levels, boron may not exert a substantial effect on the endocrine system. From a safety standpoint, boron appears to be well tolerated when consumed in moderation. The average dietary intake of boron from food is about 1 milligram per day, and most studies show no adverse effects at supplemental doses up to 20 milligrams per day. However, excessive exposure, such as through industrial sources or pesticides, may result in side effects including nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, skin rashes, headaches, and, in rare cases, more serious systemic effects. In conclusion, while boron has demonstrated some potential to influence your erections and testosterone levels and inflammatory markers, the current body of evidence remains inconclusive. The majority of studies are small, short in duration, and often lack rigorous controls. More high-quality, randomized, placebo-controlled trials are needed before we can definitively recommend boron as an effective supplement for enhancing erections and testosterone or erectile function. Until then, boron should be approached as a potentially supportive but not primary option within a broader evidence-based strategy for hormonal health. But it varies from person to person. It's quite possible if you take boron and it will show the desired results. You can try your luck under supervision. So, does boron really boost testosterone and improve erections? The truth is, science gives us mixed answers. While some studies hint at promising benefits, the majority still leave us with more questions than conclusions. What's certain is this: when it comes to your hormonal and sexual health, there are no shortcuts, just evidence, consistency, and informed choices. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share. Subscribe for a reason if you want to get access to science-backed, authentic information about urology and men's health. Until next time, take care of your body. and make decisions based on facts, not fads.